Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Rahmi Khalidah Pane with student number 2024-32-019. In this video, I will explain the result of my network security lab about firewall and access control list. In this lab activity, I create a network topology, configured IP address on PC and server, configured the router, implemented access control list, and tested network connection using ping and web browser. The purpose of this lab is to understand how firewall and access control is work in managing and restricting network traffic to improve computer network security. In the first step, I create a network topology using Cisco Packet Tracer. The topology consists of two different networks connected by one router. In the first network, there are two computers, PC0 and PC1, connected to a switch. In the second network, there is one computer, PC2, and one server connected to another switch. Both switches are connected to the router, so communication between network can occur. The router functions as the main connection between network and also as the device that applies security rules using access control list. With the router, device located in different network can still communicate through the routing process. This topology was created to simulate a firewall in a computer network. In addition, it helps understand how data communication work from client to server and how packet can be restricted using specific rules. With this simple topology, the network testing process becomes easier to understand because each device has a clear role in the simulation. In the next step, IP address configuration was performed on each computer so that every device could be identified within the network. PC0 use IP address and PC1 use IP address. With subnet mask, both computers are located in the network so they can communicate directly through the switch without passing through the router. Meanwhile, PC2 is located in a different network, which is with IP address since it is a different subnet. Communication between PC0 and PC1 to PC2 must pass through the router as the gateway. Each device is also configured with a default gateway connected to the router interface according to its network. IP address configuration is very important in computer network because each device must have a unique address in order to communicate with other device. Next, server IP configuration. In this section, IP address configuration was performed on the server. The server uses IP address with subnet mask and default gateway connected to the router. The server is placed in the same network as PC2, which is the network. The server is used as testing device to determine whether the security rules applied on the router work properly or not. In addition, the server is also used for ping connection testing and web browser testing. With the server, firewall and access control list testing becomes clearer because the server acts as the main target of client access. Proper server configuration is very important so that network communication can run correctly. If the server is not configured properly, connection testing and web service testing cannot be performed successfully. Therefore, server configuration must be done careful according to the network topology used. Next, router interface configuration, network 1. In this step, router interface configuration was performed for the first network. The first Ethernet 0/0 interface was assigned IP address and activated using the no shutdown command so the interface could be used for network communication. This interface acts as the main gateway for device in the network. In addition, the router was also configured to connect to different subnetwork. With the router, data packet from the first network can be forwarded to the second network and vice versa. The router has a very important role because without it, device in different network cannot communicate with each other. Router interface configuration must be done correctly so the routing process can work properly. If there is an error in the router interface configuration, communication between network will fail. Therefore, checking the IP address and interface status is very important before connecting to the next step. Next, access control list configuration. In this step, an access control list was configured as an variable on router. Access control list is used to manage network traffic by allowing or denying specific packet based on IP address and protocol types. In this lab, ACL number 101 was used to block ECMP or ping packet from PC0 to the server with IP address. After the ACL rule where the configuration was applied to the router interface using the common IP access group 101 in. This means every packet entering the interface will be checked based on the configured ACL rules. If the packet matches any rule, the packet will be blocked and cannot continue to its destination. ACL implementation is very important in network security because administrator can control access between devices according to network requirement. Next, connection testing ping. After ACL configuration was complete, the next step was connection testing using the ping command from PC0 to the server with IP address. This test aims to determine whether ECMP packet were successfully blocked by the ACL rule applied on the router. The test result displayed the message destination host uncredible, which means the connection to the server failed. This provides that the ACL worked correctly according to the configuration. Next, advanced access control list testing. In this advanced testing step, ACL rules were modified to control other types of traffic such as HTTP access on port 8G. This testing was performed to show that ACL is not only used to block ping traffic but can also control specific network service. Using ACL, network administrator can determine which services are allowed or denied for network user. This is very important for protecting data security and preventing unauthorized access to server and network service. Next, web browser testing. In the final step, testing was performed using a web browser by accessing the server address. This testing made to determine whether the HTTP service on the service could still be accessed after ACL rule were applied on the router. The result displayed the message result timeout, request timeout, which meant the connection to the server failed. This happened because the ACL was still blocking HTTP access to the server. So requests from the client could now reach the destination server. Through its testing, it can be understood that ACL is not only capable of blocking ECMP packet. And this all my explanation. Thank you for your attention and time. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.